Okay, so this update in regards to the David case is very alarming to me, but it looks like some users on Reddit have found the account of the mother, Celeste's mother, and now the account is locked. But before it was locked, it looks like screenshots have been taken, and a lot of these messages are extremely alarming. Hey guys, it's Rob Raleigh, daily and consistent content. Do subscribe to the channel and please pay attention to this video because everything that is about to be said is very concerning and interesting. Sad. Yeah. This is really sad, what I'm about to say. But anyways, let's get into this, where when we look at Celeste's mother's Facebook account, she says, "First God, my daughter appears soon, and may God protect her, enslave my anguish I have for my daughter." And then somebody states in Spanish, "Amen." And then somebody below says, "Because you don't really pay attention to what's going on." And then somebody below that called Anna says, "Because this is not important to her." So to me, I do believe that any public portrayal of "I miss my daughter" is performative. That's basically what these people in the comments below her are implying as her Facebook friends on her personal Facebook account. It's been confirmed that this is her Facebook account because numbers that have been published also match the numbers on the missing account of Celeste. And so this guy, Carrillo Alex, he posts a WhatsApp picture. In this WhatsApp picture, you can see that these are the messages. And in English, it translates to, "Good evening, Miss Mercedes. I told you 12:28 a.m. that I saw a few hours ago he arrived at a particular airport in Mexico. A plane with a group of young people. The young girls are brought for the white dealers. A young woman comes with the group. Celeste Rivers, she claims to be, his daughter." So this airport, I believe, is also an airport that can be in a dangerous area. Specifically, the part where it says the young girls are brought for the white dealers. So I do believe that somebody like Celeste was somebody who was trafficked by organizations and multiple people. And I believe that David was just one of those people who was easier to grab onto Celeste. But other people are as well, because there isn't much parental support around Celeste, unfortunately. There just isn't. And because of the fact that there isn't enough support around Celeste, it's easier for anybody to try and find her and groom her, traffic her, or, put her to places. My ring light just went off, guys, because my ring light is sick of this conversation. My ring light is so disgusted with this video that the ring light decided to just go off. The right ring light just went. We're going to keep rolling for this video. So these are images, but guys, that have basically been placed onto the Facebook account, and there are more, where the mother posted, now private, a photo of Celeste and a man, and the family members below were commenting about how cute Celeste and her boyfriend was. What kind of mother would be doing this? Do you understand? The mother is publicly saying, "Oh, please return my daughter." People below are saying, "Well, we've been trying to tell you, but for some reason you just don't care. You're not responding. And we're showing you these messages for the fact that she was in Mexico, arriving at a specific airport with white dealers, and this is who she was for somebody, and that, somebody else arrived with them, and that this is the person who's claiming to be your daughter. Like, what's going on? Hello, hello, hello." Celeste could be one of the many dots, one of the many children who was part of an organization that was transported illegally around places. And the other people are saying she's not responding to you because she just doesn't care. It's not important to her. How is this not important to her? Something is fishy with this damn family. Do you understand? David could not be doing this alone. He could not be doing this alone, and Moji isn't the only other person that is helping him. I definitely believe the family is in on it in some kind of way. I know that can be seen as quite insensitive because right now they're probably going through it with the fact that Celeste has been confirmed dead in that car. But I just feel like to get to this position where she was so unprotected and so vulnerable, the family had something to do with this. Either they were accepting money privately, and that money was a large amount to keep themselves quiet, and they must have thought, well, David is 18, 19, David is not a grown man, even he's not in his 50s, therefore it's okay. This is probably how they thought about the whole situation, to process it, to take the money. And then you have multiple people in the mother's accounts telling her, "This is where your children is. Why don't you care about your child? This is what we've heard about your child. What is going on? Why aren't you responding to us? Why aren't you responding to us?" It could be a possible chance that she would reply to them in the private, Facebook chat. But I genuinely believe that wouldn't be the case because the other person came to co-sign it. And I feel like these are context and clues for how this person behaves. So, could she have been trafficked by multiple people, organizations? I believe so. And I believe that this is just a very extended conversation. I don't even think the police are going to be looking into that. The police are only going to be looking into David, and for the fact that, multiple of his laptops and phones and etc. were wiped and taken from his residence. At that point, I think that David definitely wiped everything. I believe David has wiped a lot of stuff. For the fact that he apparently has removed multiple people from the main Reddit account and he now is the sole moderator, clearly goes to show you that he's been reading everything that people are saying online, trying to control the narrative, pretending that there's only one moderator left when it's him, and he's locking everybody out to the point where they have to create separate groups because everybody in his main Reddit group has turned against him. I do believe that David wanted to be infamous for this conspiracy theory of the fact that whether he took the life or not, and that people would look at David and be saying, well, wow, his music was actually so dark, or wow, his music is really dark. Did he do this? Did he not? We will never know. And it's like a trance that will pull in people to listen to his music and question whether he did it or not. It would only be placed as a conspiracy theory, and because it's a conspiracy theory, it won't go anywhere else. He did not expect this to go so far to the point where Interscope Records have publicly pulled all promotion, his brand sponsorships have gone down the drain, and tour dates have been cancelled, and people are genuinely calling him a pedo and a murderer. He didn't expect it to go this far. He just wanted to be infamous for a conspiracy theory that could help bring up fame, in his name. How much fame that would bring, I don't even know, to be honest with you. Not short-lived in my opinion, but I think he wanted to, live for this because he puts it all in his songs. And he wants to pretend like he's some artist. And there's so many people out there who want to pretend they're artists when really and truly they are freaks of nature. They're absolutely creepy, freaky, weird people. And unfortunately, it's not normalized to tell people that you are a freak. Like David is a freak. That is an example of who I would call a freak of nature, and it's masked as artistry, and they're able to carry on to the point where they end up harming somebody's life, all for the influence of just art, or for the influence of lyricism, poetry, music. And really and truly, people need to normalize to tell these people that you are a freak. Half the people in his Discord knew what he was doing. Only 1 or 2 people would say to him that this person likes kids, instead of just saying that this person is a freak. It's very similar to the P. Diddy case that I've been documenting on for the past couple of years, where children are not safe. The children are not safe. Every single conversation when it comes to stuff like this, the moral of the story is protect the kids, protect the kids, protect the kids. Stricter parental control, especially when it comes to electronics and when it comes to contacting, 24/7 parental control, especially parents of today. With the children of today growing up, you need to be on them like hawks, because anybody can go through whatever electronic device they have and basically put them in very uncomfortable scenarios. And so protect the kids is always going to be the moral of the story when it comes to me, when it comes to this channel here, because I was not protecting myself at all, and unfortunately I went through a very vicious cycle, being trafficked and doing kind of kink work for much older men, and doing very dark seedy stuff for them, because they would either give me substances and I was unaware, or some videos minors of me, some or not, and then my whole situation blew up into a scandal and everybody got upset with me, but nobody got upset with these grown-ass men who were doing things to me when I was at the age of 16, 17, 18, 19. And it is very disastrous, because had I had protection at the time, it would have prevented me from living that dangerous life and doing those things for quick money so that I could escape being R-worded. Had Celeste had that protection in her life, she would not be dead right now. So this is why the conversation always comes down to protect the kids. There also are no such thing as perfect victims. I'm not a perfect victim. Celeste ain't no perfect victim. Do you understand? She obviously put herself in bad situations. I put myself in bad situations, and that you have to hold yourself responsible for, to say that, you were wrong for doing so. But at the end of the day, you don't know better. The person that you're with, the grown adults, they know better, and they know exactly what they're doing. They're trying to find young boys and girls to exploit them, especially poor, broke, young boys and girls, to exploit them, to use them, to abuse them for all of their needs selfishly. And the young person has no idea. And Celeste had no idea what David was doing. I had no idea initially what some of these men were doing, and even when I did, you either had a choice or not. You either get beaten up or not, or even if you do have an idea, you still have to hold yourself responsible in order to grow and become a better person. What I'm saying is that I can mirror myself with multiple of kids who turn into adults that are not protected, unfortunately, because there aren't organizations that are there to protect children. They say they're there to protect them, but they're really not. And it's just an absolute shame. It's just diabolical. You can even read up on my whole scandal, doing all of these things for these grown men, and these men are in their 40s and their 50s. I'm like a whole minor. I'm, you know, in my early 18, not 19. And yet, you know, there's no conversation for why these grown men put young boys and girls in these exploitative conditions. And they're doing so because they can. They can exploit you. You're poor. You're broke. You're running from some kind of abuse. So therefore, what can you do? We can trap you. We can do whatever we want with you. And in some cases, like Celeste, they can delete you. How I didn't get deleted, God is good for me. But, you know, in Celeste's case, they deleted her. David deleted her because there was no space to protect somebody like her. And she was so incredibly young. She's missing from dating this man from the age of 11, missing from the age of 13, past at the age of 15. What a life of torture, because nobody is there to protect these young boys and these girls. The fact that so many people were fans of David, this particular man, and he was dating this kid and nobody called them out. I'm telling you, majority of those fans are probably other, you know, boys, men, which then leads to this kind of misogynistic society, incel culture. All of it is related and linked. I done went off on a whole tangent all over again. I keep doing this, guys. I keep going off on a whole tangent all the damn time. I don't know how we done went to all of this, but anyways, it all connects, it all relates. Sorry for rambling. Do subscribe to the channel, guys, if you guys wish to. The Facebook account is where we started this conversation. I don't know where the hell we ended it, but please do subscribe. It's just one click. That's all you guys have to do. It goes a long way. Click that button and subscribe to the channel, please. I would appreciate it. Join Murad Nation, become a Murad. Send a tip if you guys wish to. If you have any questions for me, please do you know, write them below. I will answer them to the best of my ability, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video. Like, we're not going to rest until Celeste gets justice, as far as I'm concerned. If this is going to trial, then we're all going to trial, as far as I'm concerned.